Oh, okay. So I'm recording more. So what I might do is I'll set up my little proxies. Do I need these curves anymore? You never can tell. I'm just going to hide those for the moment. Okay, and let's just take this and I'll freeze it. This one here, delete the history. Okay, good. And let's do the proxy thing. So mesh, smooth proxy. And this time I'm going to switch that back so it's half and negative x. And apply. Apply, close. And this just makes me feel a bit more of the vibe. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be modeling. And I can block in a few more parts here. It feels like if I went in here and I took this edge all the way to this edge, if I used extrude, I can push that in. Okay. And you got to watch out that backside right back here. This can get nasty. I'll have to go back and snap that into place. And then if I hit G and I do another extrude, I can typically pull this out, and that almost works perfectly. What if I scale them locally? When I scale them locally, they're going to do some weird overlap here, so I'm just going to stay away from that for now. And that's going to make me happy, more or less. And I can come in and tweak my little vertices. Tweak the vertices. Okay, and I'm just going to put that so I can see through it. And do I have wireframe unshaded on? There, I'll turn that off. Get right up there. Damn it! Okay, remember, all those things I put in place are just starting places, things to help me get started. I started bastardizing everything. Okay, you're totally allowed to use it just as a starting point, and then go to town. Right? Know the rules, then break the rules. Okay, and that looks kind of messy, but whatever. Okay, great. And what about these things right here? If I hold down X and I snap them all to the grid, they should all be happy. More or less. It looks like I got some problem ones right here. Okay, that's opaque. And we got something like that starting to happen. Okay, cool. And also, what else do we have up here? So this thing kind of comes down, and I'm noticing that there's kind of a weird pinch right here, and there's a ridge. Do I want to start following that topology right now? It almost looks like a weird Cylon bicycle helmet. Okay. Down a bit more. I might save that till later. Okay, what about this thing? This little ridge in here? Those are a bunch of separate little pieces I can put in fairly easily. Okay, and as I get to this thing and I do a little quick ridgy poo. What about this edge here? So that one's up there along the eye line. That one's going to kind of extrude and probably come forward. I figured I should do that one or that one. What about this one? So what if I take this one and I do an extrude? Whoop. I'm just going to switch to the move tool and I'm going to hold down X. There. So now it's snapped to the center. And if I go over and I grab this little vertex here and I stick that one there, stick that one there. Now, does that feel a bit too stretched? Almost. That would be really stretched if I went from there to there, so I think that's probably better. Now, let's see, the ridge kind of comes in and See how it looks from the front, so I'm going to go to the front view. What did I just hit? Did I hit the right one? Okay, just looks like my icon changed for a second. Pop this here, and I'm just going to put one, say... there. Boop. And it actually looks like I have these slightly not lining up perfectly. Because that's where it seems to come in here. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do some creative things to this anyway. So, let's pull this back this way a little bit. And, okay. Maybe I've got it to about this position, and you know what? There's part of me just doesn't want to keep doing this in front of you because it's going to get really boring, me picking away. But I have got it lined up, got all this. I should do a quick little file, save scene as, and I'll say this is my head setup A. Okay, continue. So I've saved it. And I think I want to move all this stuff into one file together as I'm kind of horsing around with things and looking at them. I'm going to go over here and open up recent files, and I was over here on number 6. Continue. I've been saving as I go. Okay. And when I'm importing into this file, if I go to File and I hit Import, and if I pick this one here I've just been working on, if you go down here and you turn that to the third option, Merge in a Namespace, when you hit Import, you won't have any weird naming issues happen. Oh my god, my head is so big. I guess I made those extra large because I always horse around my grid size. Let's just see if I can do something like, where is this? So I would suspect it's going to be that ref layer there. So this one, if I go in, okay, so all these things are part of my head. And if I just go and quickly group those, panels, layouts, 2 panes side by side. I'll just hit 6. Okay, and it looks like a position around here is pretty good. Okay, and then I'll just kind of go back and I'll go hit edit and I'll hit ungroup, and then they go back to their normal ways they were. And all their scale values were inherited over here. But I can continue my modeling, horsing around, and I've got all the pieces into one. Actually, I'm just going to go back for a second. It feels like that might look better if it's just up a little bit. I've noticed that a lot of reference images of us have the head forward a bit more than normal. Okay, and I am going to make that into a mohawk on top because I don't like that shape. I'm so fussy. So fussy. Okay, so everything's good. I've imported in, and now's a good time to go and hit Save Scene As. And... whoop. Save, and we'll say fine. Okay, and I'm gonna stop this video here. Actually, did I get the group again? So there's that group. Just better double check. Yeah, it is. And I just go edit, I hit ungroup, and then they'll go back to the way they were. Okay, cool. And all my proxies still work.